for today is actually a debate between Sia and Pranesh. It's going to be a heated debate, and the debate is about, is hard work the most important thing, or is it just another thing that's required? Who wants to go first?
I'll let Sia go first.
Amazing, thanks. So, here's my thought process in saying that hard work is not the most important thing. I think it's the thing that you have in your control and it is closer to your locus of control than other things. But I think in terms of impact, there's a lot of other things that we know can affect your performance that are outside of your control. So I think we sometimes get caught up in this idea where we keep asking people to produce and grit it out and be resilient and keep putting in the work, and sometimes the impression of that might be that hard work is the only thing that stands between you and success. And I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of systemic breakdowns that are happening. There's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of cracks in the system where people are just not set up for success, or it's not equitable for people of different identities and different walks of life. So saying that hard work is the most important thing, I think, invalidates that not all of us start out with the same resources, and not all of us will have access to the same resources when performing for the same thing. So I think it is definitely the thing that's in our control the most, but I don't think it has the largest impact on our success.
I think it's worth reflecting on the question. So the question says, is hard work the most important attribute in determining performance? Now, nowhere in the question is it mentioned that the quality of the performance being high, like there's no implication that delivering a high quality performance guarantees the outcome that you're looking for. Uh, so I think that needs to be clarified first, because the question isn't, is hard work the most important attribute in determining successful outcomes? The question is hard work the most important attribute in determining performance? And that being said, I think the success is a sort of multivariate equation, and you can't say that hard work is the only thing, but it's hard work is definitely the most critical component. I feel like hard work is sort of um, is not a catalyst. It's an activator. In certain biochemical reactions, you need to have a certain you need to have a certain chemical interaction occur, so as to trigger the entire biochemical process. And I feel like like working really hard is the first trigger. Um, and I don't think that's appreciated enough, because I think the way it's framed is, like, you have hard work, you have luck, and you have, where you are, how much privilege you have and all that. But I really, really, really feel like hard work activates um, everything else. So let's say you're not particularly privileged. Let's say you have no access to capital that you can use to further yourself. Well, that's a really bad starting line. But I suspect by working really hard, you can activate your luck, and you can activate opportunity, and enable a higher probability of gaining what you need to further yourself. Um, I don't think it's that different from what my colleague here has said, but I think there's just a tiny nuance that I disagree with.
Yeah, I think where we differ on is how we fundamentally define performance.
Yeah.
So for most people, when you say, oh, how are you performing in that I think they have some objective tied into it, which is why I equated that to success. But you are taking the direction of success is achieving the outcome, and performance is just the process of striving for that outcome. So I see both sides of it for sure.
Yeah, I think this happens all the time. There are people who work incredibly hard and do everything exactly right. I mean, like, I'll take a college example. Like, if you've taken calculus at Purdue, you passing or failing can honestly just like be affected by the recitation you are. But if I were taking that class, I would try to measure myself based on like how many assignments did I get done, like, how well did I do on the exams relative to how many hours I put in, and sort of make the determination based on that. And I think I say that because that's a healthier way to approach things, because you're tying your emotional state to your effort as opposed to the outcome. So, yeah.
I do want to insert here to explain what recitation is. Recitation is something that happens at Purdue, where it's a type of class where in these calculus classes, you get curved based on how well your section does. So the section recitation is another word for the section. And if your recitation does well, there are more the A grade can be given to more students. If your recitation does not doing well, then there's not a lot of A grades for the students in that section. So that's what Pranesh meant by recitation.
Yeah, no, I agree with your point that it is probably healthier to associate how you feel with the process instead of the outcome, because the process again is a lot more in your control. But even when you break down the process itself and how well the process goes, I think there's still factors that are outside of your control. But I think my biggest takeaway from this debate would be, when you are thinking about evaluating your performance, what are you pegging that against? Are you considering outcomes, or are you just considering how you're performing? And if you're looking at how you're performing, are you also accounting for things that could impact you that are outside your control? So yeah, thanks for this good discussion.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for your perspective, Shreya.
Yeah, this has been a great discussion. It's like one way is, if you keep banging on the door, it's going to open at some point. The other is like as long even if you keep banging on the door, like somebody has to open it. So which way do you see it? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Or you might get hit with a restraining order. Either way, you got to bang the door. Okay. See you guys later.
See ya.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!